Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Ara and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. I'm at Lowe's and they are having a plant sale. Let's check it out. First up, the mums are here, guys. Lowe's is not playing around and they have brought in the mums. They are on sale, 2 for $8. These are the 3 quarts. They have the orange mum, they have the purple mum, and they have the yellow mum. The good thing is that the mums are pretty tightly wounded, right? If you want to buy mums, I would recommend buying them, when the buds are really tight. I definitely wouldn't buy them like that here in August because it's just too early for us, especially us here in Georgia. It's just too early for us to be planting mums because we're gonna get another set of heat and it's gonna burn them out really quickly. I would definitely wait to buy my mums until the middle of September, but they are here at Lowe's for you if you want to get your mums now for two for $8. They've got Coneflower on sale, guys. This is going to be 2 for $10 for a 2.5 quart. Coneflowers are also known as echinacea, and I showed you these guys like a week and a half ago, and they weren't marked, but now they are. Now they're not looking as great as they could look, but it's okay. You know, it's already the 3rd week in August, and these plants are just going to try to give you one more flush before they try to go to sleep, probably late September into October. But this is a good deal because they are a perennial. They will come back. All right, guys, so I'm in the store now and they have even more coneflowers, right? This particular one here is the Artisan series. This one here is going to be $16.98. It's a full sun plant like all coneflowers. And this guy here blooms from the summer to the fall. It is hardy from zones 4. I love these because they have an orangey and reddy hue. They have these in what I consider a fancy container that's orange. So this can be something you can put in your early fall container. But you can see these are nice and fresh and just came from the greenhouse. Further over, we have some asters. These are really nice. Now they're marketing it as a pink magic aster. For me, on the back end of the camera, it's looking a little bit more light purple, but this is what it's called, pink magic aster. This is going to be $29.98. This is one that blooms in the summer and the fall, and it is hardy to zone 4. Love asters because they're perennial. You usually see them in late August, September, October. You can plant them and they will come back for you. This one here is in some sort of a barrel-like container. You can see here, this is why they're charging a whole $29.98. Even more coneflowers here. I think I pointed these out the last time I was here because they had mislabeled the ones that were in the black container. They were calling these purple coneflowers, but really all of these are the Cheyenne spirit. These are going to be in these nice white containers here, and they are going to charge $26.98. The Cheyenne spirit is one of my favorite coneflowers actually because it looks so nice, right? But it's also hardy from zones 4, and it grows 24 to 36 inches tall. They've got some prairie winds, desert plains, penicillium grass, and this guy here is from Proven Winners. It is $16.98. This is what the tag looks like. You guys know I don't have any grasses in my yard. I just never know what to put with it, where to put them or where they go. These are hardy from zones 5 to 9, and they can grow up to 48 inches tall. Really nice looking plant. Doesn't look like they actually have a color. It's just like this is going to get nicer and nicer, but not pink or red or yellow according to the picture. But let me know if you have this particular grass in your yard and how it does. They have some brand new pink muhly grass here. These are going to be $16.98. These are in the black pot, and these are going to end up being pink, obviously, and these are hardy from zones 6, none hardy to zone 5. Looks like it's going to be a full sun plant. So this must be the grass or the grass-like table. Here we have the zebra maiden grass. The zebra maiden grass is $16.98. It blooms in the fall, and it is hardy from zones 4, and it can grow, wow, 6 to 8 feet. tall in your garden. Let me know if you have this guy. I think they call it zebra grass because you can see it has some you see you have it looks like a zebra here, like a, green and white. Really, really nice. What is this one here? This is another type of zebra grass. Yeah, same zebra grass right here. So that's the first table I'm looking at here in the store. Let's see what the other tables are looking like. They've got some new Coreopsis. This particular one here doesn't look like it's a named variety. It just says Coreopsis. It's in these yellow containers, and they are $10.98. I love Coreopsis because they have this really nice bright yellow, but also because they're one of the perennials that bloom later on in the season. These guys are hardy from zones 3. More coneflowers. This one here is another set of the Artisan series, also $16.98. But this one here, they just mix it up all over the place, guys. They still have the Jolt Dianthus, which I really, really like, and I actually need to buy it. I keep talking about it. I keep passing it by. I prefer the Dianthus that actually has height. They have those Dianthus that kind of bloom in the late fall into the winter, and those are like literally like ground covers. I prefer these types here. Again, this is the Jolt Dianthus, a full sun perennial, and this guy here is hardy from zone 7. They have these guys, but these were actually here last week. This is the double the sun Coreopsis. They're looking kind of rough though. The thing with Coreopsis is that they require a good bit of deadheading for it to look nice constantly, but you don't have to, but it actually looks better. And the good thing about these guys here is that they can take the sun, and I've seen a lot of the pollinators on this plant. This guy here is hardy from zone 6. All right, guys, they have some blanket flowers here. These, just like the other Coreopsis, it's not a named variety apparently. It is a full sun plant, and it is $10.98. Blooms in the summer and the fall, hardy from zones 3. What I like about these guys, they might not grow that tall, right? They might not grow that tall, but they are tough. They bring in the pollinators. They can take the Georgia sun, and they give you these really, really nice blooms. Now, just like the Coreopsis, it might serve them well to get deadheaded, but they don't have to be. If you didn't get around to it, they'll still bloom. But if you want the plant to look better, they do look better when they are deadheaded. I love these. I have the Arizona Sun, and I have the Spin Top Red, but this one here, it just says blanket flower. I have no idea what variety. You might have seen these the last time I was here, but they brought some more into the store. This just says balloon flower, hardy from zones 3, and it takes full sun and only blooms in the summer, which is true. They're not the longest blooming guys, and I think I mentioned this to you as well. They did well in my yard. I had them for 3-4 years, and then for whatever reason this year they didn't come back. And I think it might be something about that, the mums. So the mums were kind of growing really fast and really vigorous, and I think the mums might have hovered over them, or I mistakenly hovered over them with the cardboard when I was doing my new mulching. I don't know, but I like them. It's just that they're not in the garden anymore because of whatever reason they got damaged. But these guys here are really, really nice. I know they have the purpley blue, and then they have the white, but I've always had the blue one. Next to that, they have the Puff Hybrid Aster. This is white with a yellow center, blooms in the summer and the fall. This is going to be $16.98 and hardy to zone 6. Just like the pink one I showed you earlier, these are really nice. I have asters in my yard. They do really, really well, and really, really great if you're looking for something to spruce up your garden in the late summer into the fall. They've got the Petite Rose. This is the Knockout Petite Rose 1.5 gallon. This is going to be, if you buy one, you get one free. One is going to be $22.98, so you're getting both for $22.98. They're looking really nice. You can tell they just came out of the greenhouse, and I don't need any more of these. I have these in my yard already. They do really, really well. All the other regular Knockout Roses, they're here too. They have the cherry red, they have the yellow, and then they have the coral. Really, really nice. As usual, they have a lot of the Encore azaleas. These are going to be on sale, the ones that are 1 gallon. These are going to be 20% off here. This is the Autumn Majesty. Now, they have a lot of different types. They have the Autumn Majesty, they have the Autumn Lily, they have Autumn ivory, autumn carnation, autumn royalty, autumn bonfire, autumn fire, all types of autumn. They have autumn twist, autumn starburst, and they're all here at my Lowe's. They even have autumn sangria. It all depends on the color. Like these things bloom 3 times a year: spring, summer, and fall. Some of them grow only up to 2 feet. Some only go to 3 feet. Some only go to 4 feet. So it all depends on which one you want. But if you're looking for an azalea that can take the sun, that blooms 3 times a year, your best bet is going to be the Encore series. Now, for example, this one here is the beautiful autumn carnation, and I have it in my yard. It's one of my favorites because it looks like this with its beautiful pink flowers, but also because its foliage looks great in the winter. A lot of times, a lot of plants will give you really, really nice, beautiful flowers, but their foliage is not the greatest. Out of all the Encore azaleas, I feel like the autumn carnation has a prettier foliage. But again, that's just me, guys. But just so you know, there's a lot of Encore azaleas at my Lowe's. All right, guys, here's a table with some nice looking new shrubs that I just got in. First up, we have this beauty here. This is a Gardenia put out by the First Editions brand. This guy is a beauty. I'm standing right here and it smells absolutely amazing. This is a full sun to part shade plant, only grows 2 to 3 feet tall, and it is hardy from zone 7 to 9. Here are the blooms. It is all budded up. Let me know if you've seen this guy in your store or if you have this in your yard. We've got some crepe myrtles looking great. Really nice foliage, really nice blooms, guys. This is from the Bloomables brand. This is Bellini Raspberry. This guy here is hardy from zones 5 to 9, full sun like most crepe myrtles, and it grows 3 to 4 feet in height. Really, really nice. They've got some more of these. These are brand new, but I know I got some of these. Some of these were actually on clearance, but this is a new batch right here. This is the Twilight Magic Crepe Myrtle. Oh, wow, really, really nice, from the First Editions brand. This guy here grows 12 to 14 feet in height, hardy from zone 7 to 9. It is a full sun plant with some really nice burgundy foliage and really nice deep pink blooms. Further up, they have this guy here, which is Ruffled Red Magic. Ruffled Red Magic is really nice. Again, hardy from zone 7 to 9. Also from First Editions, grows 9 to 12 feet and requires full sun. Really, really nice. They've got some better boxwoods. These are the ones that are supposed to be able to be resistant to blight. These guys here, it says Babylon Beauty Better Boxwood. This guy here grows 3 feet high and 4 to 5 feet wide, hardy from zones 5 to 9. Ooh, guys, look at this. This is Trippy Pink Butterfly Bush. This is a beauty. Oh boy, guys, I don't know why I came here because I might pick this up. You guys know I love butterfly bushes. This one is hardy from zones 5 to 9, full sun. It grows 6 to 8 feet tall, and it is a medium water. It doesn't need that much water. But you know, butterfly bushes don't like to be overwatered too much. I really like these really nice pink blooms, guys. These must be really new. Well, it's new to my store, so I don't know if it's like new, just came out this year, but let me know if you have this guy here. First Editions Trippy Pink Butterfly Bush. I must say, guys, the shrubs in my Lowe's are looking so nice and healthy. Here we have the evergreens Silverberry. This guy here. I have another type of, I think it's related. I think I have the Iliagnus. I think it's related to the Iliagnus. I'm not absolutely sure, but this guy blooms in the fall. It's only $19.98. What I like about these is that the new foliage that comes out is more of a silvery hue before it gets to the green and then a darker green. Here we have some more boxwoods. These are, well, not boxwood. This is a holly. This is a compact Japanese holly. This is a part sun plant. That's $19.98, and I have this in my yard as well. more of the better boxwoods. Now, you might have seen a lot of these already in my last video, but just in case you didn't, I just want to kind of go over some of them, especially if they're looking really nice. This is the Soft Touch Compact Holly. That's $19.98. They really push the better boxwoods, guys. They're all over the store. Here are some of the Golden Mop False Cypress. These are going to be only $9.98, but that's because they're in a 2.5 quart. And then right next to that, a smaller version of the Soft Compact Holly. So let's check them out and see what else they have. You've seen these all before last week, but again, I just want to kind of swipe over these. We've got the Highlights Arborvitae, which is $24.98. We've got the Nightlight Cypress, right here. I have this in my yard. Does really, really well. Really, really like. I would actually recommend this guy if you're in the South and you're having problems with the Cypress. This one is doing really, really well in my yard. And the reason why they're calling it the Nightlight Cypress is because it has green, and then the new foliage is really, really bright chartreusey color. Really, really nice. And then they have the Paul's Gold Cypress, which I also have in my yard. Again, another one that does really, really well. You might have seen those camellias that I showed you last time, but just in case you didn't, this is the Early Wonder Camellia for $24.98. They got some more of the Jubilation Gardenia, some more of the Sunshine Ligustrum. This one is cast in bronze Distillium. Really like this with the new foliage right here. The Distillium is going to be $24.98. Here we have some more Jubilation Gardenia. Here we have some Blush Pink Nandina. We have Obsession Nandina. And you remember these guys here. These were the Orange Rocket Barberry that do really, really nicely in my yard. These are going to be in a 1.5 gallon for $24.98. Further over here, we got some Loropetalums. This is the Purple Daydream. Doesn't look as purple. Maybe it's because it's getting beat up by the sun a little bit, or maybe it'll get purple as it goes by, but it's supposed to look like this, right? It's $12.98 in a 2.5 quart. I want to point out this guy here because it's a shade plant. A lot of times when you go to the stores, you're seeing way more full sun and part sun than you're seeing shade. But this guy here, which I have in my yard, I got on clearance from this Lowe's, is the Soft Caress Mahonia. This is going to be $24.98. Hardy from zone 7 to 9. You've seen these before in my prior videos, but again, just in case, we have some Little Lime here. These are going to be $29.98, and you guys know that Little Lime is a smaller version of the Limelight. I showed you these guys earlier as well. These are going to be the Hardy Hibiscus. These are part of the Summerific series. The Summerific series, they have these huge blooms of hibiscus. So this one is the Holy Grail. Look at that big, huge bloom, which is blooming in my pot right now. I got this on clearance the other day. I put it up in a bigger pot, and it's already blooming already. So they actually have the Summerific Holy Grail. They have another one, Perfect Storm. Look at this beauty here. Perfect Storm, right? And I think they have something called Cookies and Cream. That's what they have here at my Lowe's. All of these guys are going to come back. They need a lot of water, though. This is one of the hibiscus that, yes, it can take the sun, but for it to really produce, it has to be in the sun, but it also has to stay moist. So if you have an area where the water kind of runs off at, that's probably the best place to put this guy. Another great table here at my Lowe's, guys. Here we have some new junipers. This is the Blue Rug Juniper. This is going to be $9.98, a full sun plant and hardy to zone 3. I've got some euonymus as well here. Now, when I first bought my house, I had put this on my foundation, and slowly but surely something ate them away. I mean, ate them to the bones, to the sticks. And I said, what is that? And I looked it up, and it looks like they're susceptible to the scale insect. So I never actually replaced, but I do love them because they are evergreen and they look really nice, a really nice chartreusey yellowy green color. These are going to be $9.98. This is what they look like, and they look exactly like that at my in-laws' house. They look like this at the store, and they look like this on the marker. This guy here is hardy to zone 6. Here we have some Utopia Plum U YEW. This is going to be $24.98. This is a shade plant. This is in part shade to shade. And this guy here is also evergreen, grows 3 to 4 feet. This beauty here is a podocarpus, and I got this on clearance. It's surviving, guys. It's surviving. I'm not going to say it's thriving. It's alive. It's not looking as great as this one is. It's going to be $24.98. This is the Roman candle podocarpus. It grows 10 to 15 feet tall, and it is hardy from zone 7B to 10. Right next to that, we have some lemon lime nandina. These are going to be $24.98, and I have the Obsession Nandina. This is the Obsession's cousin, which is the one that's mostly green, and it has dark green at the bottom, and the new foliage is this really nice chartreuse color. $24.98, guys, and it does well in the part shade. Again, more gardenias. If it's one thing, they have a lot of azaleas, but they also have a lot of gardenias. This particular one here is the Scent Amazing. I've heard that this one smells the best out of all the gardenias, but I had this before and it didn't do well, so I can't really say whether or not it smells more than the other, but I'm standing here and I can smell it. It smells really, really nice. Here's another plant on sale. This is the 2.5 quart Southern Living Shrubs. So here we have the Sunshine Ligustrum, 20% off. And you guys know I have this in my yard everywhere. I got these over the years. I had them between me and my neighbor. I had them in a container. I had them in the backyard. And I really like them. They do really, really well. One thing I like about these is that they grow really fast. They respond really nicely to pruning. And they are evergreen, so they can be something you can have in your garden when winter comes around. I also have this guy in my yard. I love it. I love the name. I like how it looks. And I like the fact that it's, you know, just an overall love of this Dragon Prince Cryptomeria. This is $24.98, guys. This is going to be in a 2-gallon. Only grows 2 to 3 feet tall. But I have it in my yard. And again, when things go to sleep and you see my winter garden, you're going to see how these guys really, really pop. Let me know if you have any of these guys, from the blue rug juniper here to the Dragon Prince Cryptomeria, and then the golden euonymus, sunshine ligustrum, podocarpus, plum yew. All right, guys, so we have some cordyline here. These are going to be $19.98. These guys here love the sun, or they love a bright area in your yard or either in your house. These guys here, you usually see them around this time of the year. And right next to that, we have some crotons. I love these. Again, you see crotons more when fall is coming around because it's really nice for a fall container. Although they can't really take the cold or anything, they really are great for a container, and you can bring it inside and put it in a bright area in your house. The crotons are going to be $19.98. Right next to the crotons, they have these guys here, which I don't have in my yard, but I can't deny the fact that they are quite gorgeous. These guys here are going to be the Calathea Premium. These are $24.98, and they can take 50 degrees or more. They have the mums in the smaller containers here too, guys. Lowe's is definitely not playing around. This is a Mountain Red Mum. These are going to be $5 though. These particular ones here are not on sale, but they do have the red little guys here, and then they have the yellow guys here, and more of an orange twinge here. And as you can see, it says it needs morning sun. The thing is that we are going to get back up hot again. This is Georgia. We are still in August. We're going to get some more heat, and these are not going to take too kindly to it, because they definitely do like too cooler temperatures, which is why I was saying earlier to wait a little bit before you buy them. Even though these guys here, right, they are really tightly wound. And again, you want to buy the mums when they are completely, tied up like that. That's all great. But for me, knowing that I want my mums to last a bit longer, I definitely want to buy it now. But in either case, if you're looking for mums, they're at Lowe's. Also on sale here is the celosia and the marigolds. Both are annuals, and both are going to be 2 for $10 for a 3-quart. Love celosias because they have these beautiful colors. The only downside I see to celosia is that once they get weary, they look really weary, and they don't, they can't come back. But they do reseed heavily. And here is a marigold. Really nice. These are going to be African marigolds, they say, and they look really nice. I have marigolds in my containers in my yard. I have marigolds in containers, and they reseed really well. Let me know if you love or have any of these in your yard. All right, guys, so I know I showed you these the last time I was here, but I want to show you it again because these shrubs are really great to plant now. Now in late August into September is a perfect time to be planting your shrubs and your perennials, or transplanting your shrubs and perennials, because it gives them time to root in, and it gives them time before your ground freezes or before anything, and so they can settle in before they actually go to sleep. So this one here is the Dear Dolores hydrangea. This is a part shade to shade shrub, 2198, hardy from zones 5 to 9, grows pretty fast. I don't have this one in my yard, but I know of it. And it has these really nice bluey purple blooms. So I guess depends on your soil type, exactly, you know, where you are in the country, what type of clay, are you alkaline, are you neutral? It will depend on how this guy will turn out for you. But I have a lot of them here. I also showed you these guys here, which are the Endless Summer hydrangeas. This is the Summer Crush. That's a reblooming hydrangea, right? You want to have reblooming hydrangea. You don't want it to be blooming one time and then that's it. This guy here, really happy about this one because I have this in my yard. This is from zones 4 to 9, and it grows 3 feet, somewhere between 2 to 3 feet, right? It's not the tallest guy, but it does pack a punch with these really nice red flowers. And of course, you know, I mentioned this as well. This is part of the whole, the First Editions brand. And I had bought this guy, actually, bought this from another nursery, and I paid $33 for it. And it didn't do well. I'm going to give it another go because I love these dark foliage. I like things that are dark foliage and then give you this bright burst. Look at what the color could be depending on where you put it, guys. You see that really nice dark foliage, which is really nice red blooms. So I might try to get this half off from my gardening guy because it's actually $29.98. Love it though. And then we have this guy here, Heartthrob. Heartthrob, I had it in my yard, didn't do the greatest. And I'm not saying that, you know, it's anybody's fault or anything. It's just that sometimes some plants, they just take a lot more from you. And this guy here, I don't know what happened, because I actually had forgotten about it for a while. And then I realized, wait a minute, I did have this guy, but it might, you know, it didn't make it. Heartthrob is a semi-dwarf. This guy here is $14.98 because it's in a 2-quart. And it is hardy from zones 5 to 9, and it's only going to grow 3 feet, guys. So those are all those hydrangeas here. But if I come around, they still have those Coleus that I mentioned to you. Remember, I mentioned these Coleus in the last video. This is from Proven Winners, and I think it's called Arizona something. Let me see. I can never remember. Color Blaze Sedona. I'm thinking Arizona, Sedona. And then they have this guy here, which is more of a chartreusey color. This guy here is Mini Me Chartreuse. But then they also have some more of the Endless Summer. This is Bloomstruck. You guys know I absolutely adore Bloomstruck, but this is going to be $28.98. It is in a 2-gallon and hardy from zones 4 to 9. Next to that, they have the Popstar. Popstar also is from Endless Summer. This one is also $28.98, and this guy here, it pretty much grows the same way like Bloomstruck grows, hardy from zones 4 to 9 and everything. It's just that it's a shorter version. They also have this guy here, and again, you've seen these before, but just in case, you know, do a little refresher here. This guy here is a Little Hottie. Little Hottie grows 3 feet to 5 feet by 3 feet to 5 feet, and it's a green foliage, and it is a full sun to part sun. I would not put these in full sun, guys. I wouldn't put any of these. The only ones that I would put in full sun is the panicles, because we really get full sun here in Georgia. We really get burning up sun. Late June All of July and some of August is blazing hot. Then we get a little relief in August, and then weirdly our September gets hot again before it gets cool. And if you put these guys in too much sun, then they will crisp up. And if they don't crisp up, you can prevent the crisping from actually having this thing watered all the time. I just don't have that energy to be watering plants all that time. So I ended up putting it in a part shade to shade. They've got some great things here if you want to have a spiller in your container, or if you want looking for a ground cover. This is gold child ivy, which I have in my yard, but mine are in hanging baskets. In my yard on the side, I have these. I met these here. I met them at my house. I try to, do something about it, but they never go away. No matter what you do, they never go away. But people still love them. They're great if you want to kind of have them grow in your house. You can have them put in containers. You can have them put in hanging baskets. These are going to be $12.98, and they are a part sun plant. Here they have a lot of pentas. They have the white pentas, the red pentas. These here are going to be $5.98, a whole $6, guys. Now, pentas are annuals. They won't come back, but they are really great if you're still looking to put some color into your containers to take you down to the frost. So here are the white ones, and here are more of a rosy pink. These are all going to be in, I believe, a 1 pint. But they look good, though. I like them because the pollinators love them, the butterflies love them, the hummingbirds love them, and they do really, really well for me, especially. I have them in containers, and I have them in hanging baskets. Another favorite annual of mine is the Mexican heather. Again, just like the penta, loved by the hummingbirds. And I was surprised because you really don't see this guy here mentioned on a list that hummingbirds love, but I've sat in my backyard and I've seen the hummingbirds come to my containers especially and get straight to the Mexican heather. So I definitely would recommend it if you love hummingbirds, if you love annuals, and if you're okay with spending this kind of money now in this season, it's quite fine. Let me know if you have either the pentas or the Mexican heathers in your yard. Even though they are not perennial here, this particular one here, the bandana cherry lantana from Monrovia, I can't stop looking at it because it's really, really nice. I love lantana, and you guys know I finally found one that might come back for me in the Chapel Hill. But I did want to show you that they actually have these here. This one here is going to be a whole $9 though. I don't know if you want to buy one that's $9 at the end of August, but they do have them here at Lowe's. Great for the pollinators, great for color, late color. This is one of the longest blooming annuals. It will take you all the way down to the frost. If you're looking for something for screening, either between you and your neighbor or whatever else you would need something to screen for, Lowe's has some really nice, healthy looking shrubs and trees. Here we have the Carolina Sapphire Cypress, which smells really nice when you kind of rub against it. It's pretty fast growing, so I definitely wouldn't put this in my yard because I don't have the space for something really big. But if I did, I would definitely buy this one because these actually do well here for us in the south. This is hardy from zone 7, and it can grow up to 35 feet tall, guys. It's going to be $24.98. This is a Leyland Cypress. This guy here is, again, all over the south, guys. This one's going to be $24.98, full sun, very fast growing. One of the reasons I don't have Leyland Cypress, and I'm glad that there were none in my yard, is because usually when we get these bad winter and fall storms, a lot of these things actually break and hit people's houses. So even though they look nice, because I really like the way their foliage looks, they do grow fast. And if you're looking for something to screen, you want something that's fast. But the downside to this is that I find that these are quite susceptible here in the south. We also have some emerald green arborvitae, again a typical plant for screening. Wish I could get this guy and just have them in my yard and screen out a couple of things, but they don't do too well in my yard. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but the emerald green arborvitae doesn't really like me too much. It's $29.98, and it looks like it's going to be a 2.25 gallon. Now this guy does good in my yard. The blue point juniper, I love. Really love that. I have like 8 of them in my yard, maybe 10 of them in my yard, 24 and 98. I got these on clearance in the last 2 years, so I never buy it on full price, but they do better. Typically, I find junipers do better in the heat. They can take the heat. They don't need as much water as their friends over there, the arborvitaes. But I love these. These are full sun plants, and these guys are hardy from zones 4. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for me here at my Lowe's. Let me know what you think. Right now, I'm seeing some really nice, healthy looking shrubs that they brought in here later on in the summer, because there's a lot of things that still are blooming, guys, especially for us here in the South that have a longer bloom cycle or a longer season. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so you can be alerted on all my new videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.